Check this out.
Welcome to Optic Tea with
LonnieB, the online talk show which connects you with people all over the world. Hear about their successes and failures, but the journey taken to bring them to where they are today. Now let's listen to Optic Tea with the host, LonnieB.
Hold, please. It's your girl, LonnieB. Come on in and have some tea.
Ready for the LonnieB show. Get ready for the LonnieB show. Get ready for the LonnieB show.
Remember, smile. You owe it to yourself. No one does it better than you. Hey, everyone. It is me, LonnieB. Everyone have their beverage of choice in their coffee or teacup. Yes, it is I. Thank you all for tuning in. So you all know the routine. Go ahead and share, tag a friend, text a friend, tweet a friend. Let them know that you are tuning in because tonight is a show that you do not, and when I say you do not want to miss, we have Candy Conda, who is the owner of the WFLA, as well as a Hall of Famer and an owner of so many different businesses that she will get to share with you tonight. And then we have our own local individual, Darnell, aka Big Husky, comedian, advocate, philanthropist, everything that you can think of. So tonight, for my season finale show, it is awesome and I am excited. So sit back, relax, and wait. And do not go anywhere because tonight is going to be an awesome show. I'm truly excited. These two individuals took time out of their extremely busy schedules to give LonnieB an opportunity to sit down and get up close and personal with them. So I am truly excited, and I truly hope they know how much I appreciate them taking out their time to sit down and be with me. Actually, let me correct something too. Candy is an owner of a team in the WFLA. So if you don't know what WFLA is, hold and watch. She's going to tell you about it. I know what it is, but I want you to know. So I'm truly excited. So our first guest tonight is going to be Darnell, aka Big Husky. He is a personal, up close, and dear friend of mine that I met, oh my God, many years ago. I cannot believe it. Met him. He was actually doing a comedian act. He has a heart of gold. He has a heart for people. He is a comedian. His life, there's no day without laughter if you're ever in his presence. But then he's also spiritually rooted in the word of God and will call you out the clear blue and say, hey, you got a minute? And you think he's going to give you some jokes, and he actually gives you a word from God. So he's so diverse in everything that he does. He holds dear to my heart because of everything that he does for the community, that he does for the kids. So let me stop talking and let me bring on none other than Darnell, aka Big Husky. Hey, really? So y'all, so let me tell you. So I probably caught him in the middle of him actually being out because he just started a new adventure where it's called Big Husky's Eating Adventure, where he goes to different restaurants and he tastes food and he goes live and he tells you whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down and run away from it. So is that what I caught you doing, sir?
Actually, no. I hadn't eaten all day. And so when I realized I hadn't eaten all day, I knew that I had to do this interview. So I was like, I'm gonna do the interview while I eat.
Okay, perfect.
But baby, the way that food is gone,
you done eating?
child, that food didn't stand a chance.
Well, do me a favor. Move your camera a little bit over so we can see all of you. There you go.
Okay.
No, the other way.
Okay.
There
it's
you
the
go.
way I'm sitting.
Okay. So tell the audience, I know who you are. You sit. Okay, we got to sit up. So you should have the Optic Tea shirt on. But
I should, but I need y'all to be welcome to this greatness that you
welcome
see.
To that greatness. And you know what? We're going to talk about your greatness because I do want to talk a little bit about your health journey because that will inspire a lot of people, especially now.
Nothing's off limits tonight.
Awesome. Some of us had the COVID-10, some of us had the COVID-20, some of us had the COVID-50. So I do want to talk about it because our health is very important to us. So tell us a little bit about who is Big Husky.
Well, first I want to say I'm honored to be on your show. It is an amazing, amazing time, you know, and you're so awesome. Like a lot of people not awesome. They just pretend they are, but you're actually awesome. So I couldn't miss this interview if I wanted to.
Thank you.
I'm Big Husky. I'm a comedian, preacher, mentor, gift giver, because I've always got a gift card or some type of gift to bless somebody with. I do radio, TV, movies, different stuff like that. But really, I think my favorite part of life is making people laugh.
Absolutely.
Even if I'm not on stage. Even if I'm not.
Now, also, so it's funny because you're on my show, but then there was a time when I was running for school board that I was on your show DFW, The Den. Is it The Den? No, DFW Radio and DFWI Gospel.
Right.
So you do host those. So for the listening audience, because there may be someone who's tuning in that may want to take advantage of your show, let's go ahead and get that out the way. Let's plug that in and let's talk about it.
Well, currently I'm doing Big Husky's Eating Adventures. And of course, that's where we go to different restaurants, sit around, eat. And it's kind of like an eating show, an interview show with some eating in it. And, you know, we have a lot of fun with that. Then I'm doing another show. I've got so many shows I'm doing. I do the show called Undefined. And that's where we talk about entertainment, music, sports, any type of thing. You know, we'll talk about fashion, of course, and food, because who doesn't like good food? And we'll actually be filming that live from It's So Vegan in Grand Prairie.
Really?
Yes, we'll start that on July 24th. We'll be doing that show. And so there's still opportunities for people to be a part, people to be a sponsor or whatever. So there's still opportunities for that. I'm also starting a new show. It's a sports show called Big Husky's Full Court Press. So we're going to talk about sports, and that's it, you know, and different things that affect sports people. And I'm going to bring on some of my friends, you know, some of the friends I know to be a part of the show. But I do so much, and then I produce a lot of different shows. So you can always call me and I can hook you up somewhere.
Somewhere, somehow. Well, look, let me tell you. So if you look on the screen and you see that, I don't know if you can, Sonia Moore, DeSoto's Miss Community.
Sonia Moore said I owe her dinner.
But now it can't be vegan.
Yeah, I can see.
No, she does nothing with vegan.
Oh, well, I'm definitely taking her somewhere vegan here.
Look, you can't do Sonia like that.
Y'all know I'm petty. I'm petty. I'm taking her somewhere vegan. We're going to get some
tea.
cauliflower.
PTY pet tea.
That part.
So tell us, how did you get started in, let's talk about comedian, because that was your first journey, and then everything else spun off of that. So how did you get into being into comedy?
I've always been funny. Like it's not hard for me to be funny. It's just, it's a daily routine. And so back in the 90s, when I first started comedy, I was dared to go on stage at an open mic night at the old Hyenas. It was called Earthquakes at the time. But I was dared to go on stage at open mic night. I was dared to make them laugh, and I was dared to get on stage. I was told that if I get on stage and give me $50, Darnell Baptiste is the one who dared me. He said, I give you $50 to get on stage, $50 if you make them laugh. And at the time, I gave him some crazy name. The name I gave them was Big Dookie.
Oh.
Big Dookie. So I get on stage and they say my name and the crowd goes wild. They loved it. So I earned my first $100 on stage the first night I got on stage.
Wow. And so from there, I'm assuming it took off.
No, it didn't just take off. It struggled for a while. It struggled because I was trying to find who I was and make people laugh, but I didn't work as hard as some people did. because I was talented. So a lot of times it was just off talent. I didn't really work on it. So I was funny, but I wasn't funny enough. I didn't actually become. It didn't start making sense until Andre, the guy. I want to say Andre Harrell from Motown did they did a like an audition for people to come, and it was just for singers. But Picasso, who is a rapper, a famous rapper around here, took me to the audition at Primetime 21. And I got on stage, and when I say I was bombing, I was the only comedian. How do you bomb as the only comedian? I was bombing, and I started to talk about Nanette Lee because she was one of the judges. And the joke, I can even tell you some of the joke I said. Telling these jokes is hard as making love to Nanette Lee. and for the next week, Nanette Lee talked about me every day on. She talked bad about me on K104 for the next week, and that's really what brought me some fame because people was like, "I wonder who this guy is. Let me bring him to my event." Denise, yes, I do. I do mentor young men seeking for greatness and entertainment. Yes, I do. I just had a young fella hit me up this morning thanking me, and I was like, I don't even remember what I did, but he was like, "You're always looking out for me." But I don't mind mentoring. I love mentoring. It's actually one of the funnest things to do. But yeah, I was talking about Nanette Lee, and that's actually what got me where people started to know me, and I had to start to really work on my act and work on jokes and stuff because that took me off. Bad, all press is good press, even bad press. Yeah.
And so comedy happens, it takes off. Then where do you go from there? Is that when you started the philanthropy or the?
I've always been a giver. My grandma taught us young to be givers. So it didn't just like start out of nowhere. I've been a giver all my life. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna find a way to give to somebody.
Absolutely.
So my grandma Nene Moore and Benny Moore, and my mother Sylvia, Pastor Sylvia Allen, they instilled that in us. Like we were coming up to just be a blessing to somebody, love on somebody, touch somebody, be real with somebody, and give to somebody because you never know. You may be in a position where people have to give to you. And so, yeah. I don't think that's my Facebook page. The Michael Robot.
Yes, it is. Stop playing.
No, it's not. My Facebook page is Darnell Robot.
Well, you've got multiple.
No, actually, that's my dad. I think that one's my dad. My dad's Michael Robot, so mine is Darnell. No. I never put that Michael on mine. But yeah, like we've always been taught to give. So when I started the philanthropy, it got bigger as I got bigger. When I realized that I could use the little bit of fame to get what I needed to do what I wanted to do.
Now you say a little bit of fame, but now let's just be honest. You've been around some heavy hitters because I remember you had access to the Stellar Awards.
Yeah.
You've had the opportunity to interview David and Tamala Mann.
Absolutely.
There's some other people that I can't remember. So what was it like to break that barrier, to go from Big Husky to now they're calling you, to now you're not just going in and saying, hey, can I get a word? But now they're calling you to say, can you come fill this seat? Can you come fill these shoes?
Consistency. I think where people mess up, consistency and taking the opportunities other people refuse to take. My friend, I just talked to my friend Karen Gatlin. Her and her husband are probably the greatest gift God ever gave me as friends and mentors. She said you never didn't take the opportunity you were supposed to take. If it was an opportunity, you took it because you didn't know where it was going to lead. And my ability to be in a room and be a presence without having to say my name, that gets people to go, who is that? Why are people coming to him and talking to him? And so those things have definitely been a good thing, and then being funny. making people laugh and feeling comfortable. When I interviewed David and Tamala, I've interviewed them several times. I even interviewed Tamala when she was sick. She was like, "Can I just not do it on camera? Can we just do this one for the radio and let it be a radio?" And I said, "Yeah, I got you." But I make the people I interview comfortable, so they tell their friends, "Yeah, go ahead and interview with him because he's going to make you comfortable." And then, of course, the interview going to be bananas. I don't know how to behave, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good. When we come back,
Okay.
we're going to go to break. When we come back, I want to talk about some of the things for the last segment. I want to talk about a lot of the things that you do in the community, what you have done for the community, share, and then also allow people to know how they can actually sew into you. That is one of the things that I do want to get out. And then in conclusion of that, before you leave, I'll bring you back on after we talk to Candy. So don't leave. After we talk to Candy.
Girl.
Really?
That's so sweet. Oh, my bad.
Really?
Hey, she getting all this love right now.
Oh, really?
Everybody gets love. You gotta love on people. I ain't never met her, but I'm gonna love on her because she on this show.
Absolutely. Thank you. Just spread the love. Just divide my love, right? Just cut it up in this. Okay, so let's go to break. Just for today. All right. Back to tomorrow. We're back to normal. So let's go to break. When we come back, we'll talk about the things that you do in the community and how you're making a difference. So for everyone who's out there, you're tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB. Please don't go anywhere. If you do have to go anywhere, run, fill up, release out, come back, sit down, and let's come back and join some more as there's other opportunities and more people for you to meet. So be back in a few moments.
Once again, one day there was two detectives sitting in a car, talking. As they were talking, someone came up on them, snuck up on them, shot them both. That right there set off a firestorm that I am dealing with to this day. I'm so caught up in the middle of it right now. This kid did not have a job that Matthews did something wrong, and I didn't do nothing about it, but I can do something now.
How do you figure that? I mean, the man is crazy.
Hey.
You need to just relax, all right? I'm just saying, relax. Relax. Listen.
This man killed his dad. Now he's trying to kill him. Why would you represent somebody like that? I don't understand.
It's about justice.
I know it don't make no sense, but I feel like he needs to face his fears, you know?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Tony Harris, guilty in the first degree for the murder of Jeremiah Matthews Sr., and also guilty in the first degree for the attempted murder of Jeremiah Matthews Jr.
What happened to the guy who had a purpose?
I am the
guy who stood for justice before anything else, huh? Just tell me the story one more time, from beginning to end, and do not leave anything out.
So killing a man, that's just nothing to you, right? It didn't happen like that.
Been expecting Harris.
I'm just talking and I'm on mute, y'all. Y'all know I do it every now and then. Thank you, Husky. I saw you say. Yeah. So thank you for tuning in to Optic Tea with LonnieB. For those who are just now joining, I'm actually sitting down right now, getting up close and personal with Darnell, aka Big Husky, comedian, activist, philanthropist, and just a giver of the heart. And then later on, will be coming on is Candy Conda, the woman who is rocking women's business. Yes, let me tell you, she's in the Las Vegas area. She is rocking it. She is killing it. And you better hold on to these names because you see them today. Tomorrow you'll be saying, hey, can I get your autograph? So hold on to them. Actually, you can still say it now because I do. I'm just waiting on mine to come through the mail. That's all. So sit here and just hold on just a few moments The video, the clip that you just saw is from my good friend, Steven Sticks Josie of Spotlight Entertainment. He and his niece, Kalia, are the CEO and founders of the company. That is a clip of one of his shows that you can actually find on on Amazon Prime TV. You can find it. And then there's others that he has done. Also, Kalia is in the process. She has actually been casted to star as Aaliyah, which will be coming out, but she just released her new first CD release. Well, her new upcoming first song on her new CD. So check them out. Be sure you can find them on Facebook and Instagram under Steven Sticks Josie. For those of you who don't know, every person that's out in the front, there's a team in the background. Steven Sticks Josie, this is his time to shine. But before, he has worked with artists such as John Legend, Wu-Tang. So y'all know I don't know all those rappers' names, but he's worked with John Legend, and there's some others that he has worked with. So his resume speaks volumes of 30 years in the industry. So if you missed that interview, it will be rerunning while I'm actually off on the month of July, preparing for season 2. So now that I've gotten that out and I've given all my kudos and accolades, because he was one of the sponsors for season 1. Big Husky.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's talk about your community work. Tell us about all you do in the community.
Oh Lord, where do I start? I think the biggest thing that I've done that people know about offhand is the toy drive I did for kids every single year.
Yes.
I was not going to do one this year, but I got called and said, "How you gonna do 9 and not do 10?"
Yes.
So this year will be the 10th anniversary for the toy drive giveaway. So we're gonna do that again. I do a lot of work with the battered women's shelter, foster care agencies. We help a lot of people out. Yesterday, we took 2 people from homelessness and helped them become officially a part of the society, back into society, a woman and a man. This Friday, we're 2 former ex-cons who are getting out. We're raising the funds Friday. Well, some of the funds Friday, but they get out Monday. I'm sorry. We're going to help them start off in society right. We got them a job, a place to stay, car, all of that. Like, they're coming out with nothing, so they think. But we've been in contact with them, and they're in another state. But we're gonna bless them. We've done it before. Helping people is something that is natural for me. I'm not a person that doesn't want to help. And people call me all the time. Hey, what's your cash app? We want to send money and help, or they'll donate clothes and different things. So we're always doing something. And if I'm not doing it, I know someone that is doing it. So I don't mind giving, but I also don't mind giving up my time, my talent, and my treasure to help someone become better, because someone definitely helped me become better.
Awesome. And so we know that just doesn't come for free. It's a lot. It comes with financial responsibility. So there are always financial resources or even in-kind donations. Tell us real quick, how can they, if they want to sow into anything that you're doing, how can they do it? You can do it briefly, because at the end, I'm going to ask both you and Candy to talk about how can someone actually sow and or sponsor or support anything that both of you are doing.
They can always donate at $, capital REMNANT, capital M, capital G, the number 1, remnant MG1. Or they can donate through PayPal, mybhexp@gmail.com. If they would like to do something further or like sponsor something that we're doing, they can always give me a call at 682-283-5904. Even if they need a mentor or something, they can always call me through that, and we'll work on some things. Because some people may not donate money, but they may donate products. So you can always hit me up on those, any one of those 3.
Or time. as well if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So
Yes.
Denise, if you didn't get that information, it is in there. You have his phone number, but if not, call me afterwards and I'll get that information to you as well.
Absolutely.
Denise's son is phenomenal. He's an artist who is out of this world. I just have to tell you that. His artwork is impeccable. He actually does cartoon. He does any kind of artwork, but I know one that he was doing was a cartoon series. So final words for this moment, because at the end I'll bring you back on. What is it that you would like to say to us, to empower us, to encourage us?
A lot of us in this time are finding out just how much we can take and cannot take. But I've learned this, even in tough times, even the weight of what I'm dealing with, the stuff that I'm dealing with, I had to learn that when God is allowing more weight to be pushed on you, it's because he wants you to resist.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us feel bad because we're resisting the weight. No, he wants you to resist, because if you resist, that means you're pushed.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you have, like, God is our spotter,
mm-hmm.
and we have to push that weight, keep pushing that weight. He be like, you ain't done yet. Come on, God, I gave you 10 reps. He be like, yeah, but I need another set. Not wherever you are, you're another set. You're just one more push from putting that bar up on the thing.
Right.
Keep pushing the weight, because the more you push the weight, the more your resistance comes to stuff that you don't need in your life. You know, I don't need people in my life that are toxic. So because I've been pushing weight lately, I stopped fooling with them. No, because you toxic, baby. You cute, but you toxic cute, and I don't need that in my life. So keep pushing the weight, because the weight that you're pushing, it's not trying to take you under, but in fact, it's trying to take you over the goals that you're looking for. So keep pushing for more. If you feel like you got it, push for even more, because there's definitely more in store for you coming up.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I will tell you all, I was sitting here looking at you, and you said everything's fair game tonight, right?
Yes, everything's fair game.
Y'all, I will tell you, he did not share it, so I will share it. The energy that you see is what you see all the time. I get sentimental when things happen to people that are close to me. He actually had a fire. One of his neighbors had a fire, and he has lost everything. Not months ago, not a month ago, 2 weeks ago. So to see your energy, to see these still see you going live every day, still seeing you encouraging and empowering, I just want to let you know that I do recognize it, and that I told you that I was going to sow into you. I am. It is for you, not for anything else. It is for you. And then if there's anyone out there listening tonight and you want to sow, not saying that he doesn't have insurance, but we all know how insurance works. It doesn't take forever. So, I'm very transparent about my show. I'm not saying that he doesn't have nothing. We're not going to do a GoFundMe. What I am saying is that if it's on your heart to sow into him, because I'm pretty sure, even though I tell him it's for him, he's going to give it away regardless. So, I just want to say thank you. Don't go anywhere. We're going to put you in the waiting room. We're going to bring up Candy once we come back from break, but then I'll bring you both up at the end of the night. It's my season finale, so if I go over an hour, who's going to fire me? I'm going to check you, boo. Who's going to check me, boo? Right? Okay.
Y'all better get this tea.
So when we come back, everyone, please go ahead and tag a friend, text a friend, tweet a friend, let them know that Optic Tea is doing her season finale tonight. And I have two dynamic people. I couldn't have chosen two better people to end my show with, because they have so much that's going on. You've heard from Big Husky. And now when we come back, we are going to hear from none other Candy Conda at KC Biz. So I am excited.
Girl.
Yeah, and we're going to break on you singing.
You know, so sweet.
Experience the empowerment of Optic Tea with LonnieB. Join us every second and fourth Thursday as our guests share the success and failures of the journey that brought them to experience their truth.
It's been everything. It's been a little bit of hurt. It's been a little bit of pain. But for the most part, it has been good. And it's definitely according to God's plan.
LonnieB is insightful, thought-provoking, and just plain funny. Every second and fourth Thursday on Facebook Live, Twitch TV, and YouTube Live. It's Optic Tea with LonnieB.
And we are back. Yes. So as I told you, I just finished getting up close and personal with Darnell, aka Big Husky. He'll be back at the end of the show. If you missed it, you'll always be able to watch the rerun as they'll be shown periodically. And you can always go to my YouTube channel and catch it. Now, for ladies and gentlemen, I am really excited because this lady, I met her on Clubhouse. She's a Clubhouse. I think she's the queen of Clubhouse in my eyes. She does so much that empowers everyone. When I tell you, I don't understand it. I think there's probably 8 of her, and she splits herself, and they work probably 24 hours a day. But when I tell you, this lady has so much to offer, and she gives so much of herself. Of course, it's in the sports arena, athletic arena. But when I tell you that she is a Black girl who's rocking it, who's making it, along with and if she will correct me, she will when she comes on. But there are 7 other African-American ladies who own WFLA teams. I know y'all keep wondering what that WFLA is. Sit there, pause, hold please, because when she comes on, she'll be able to tell you, because I don't want to spill the tea better than she does. So go ahead and let's go ahead and join me and welcoming none other than my dear friend Candy. Hey! Uh-oh, you're on mute.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Every time I get on my iPad, I have to navigate it. There we go. I think this is better.
Thank you.
Okay.
I know you have so much going on. So I know you heard me earlier, but I want to say it again to you personally. Thank you so much, because I know what your schedule is like. You have a lot going on. We've talked briefly. So I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I truly, truly thank you for taking the time and sitting down with me. So let's talk
Thank
a little
you. And I apologize because I owe you an apology for last month. So I'm so sorry about that as well.
That's okay. Look, that probably wasn't the best time, but this is the right time, right? And what more? Because you have so much going on. So before we get into everything that you have going on, because you have some good hot ticket items that are happening where people can sponsor, people can participate, they can come to Vegas. Tell us, who is Candy?
Candy is she is a woman who is she's a woman who wants to see everyone win, and that comes with a price. So she's a woman that wants to see everyone win. She wants to see the Black girl magic at its best. She wants to see us as Black women and as Black people stick together, win. You know, she wants to see us do whatever we can and do it well, and do it without reservation, without provocation, without and just without any I don't want us to look back. I don't want us to have regrets. I want us to just do it, and don't have any regrets. And that's really who Candy is. I want to see everyone win.
Absolutely.
And I want us to run the race.
And it shows in everything that you do. She actually gave you a high level of what she does. Y'all, let me just tell you a few of the things that she does. She's an entrepreneur. She's a Hall of Famer. She's a brand consultant. She's a 6-time author. She is also the CEO of KC Biz Boss, Entree, Entertainment, which provides branding solution for entrepreneurs, entertainers, authors, athletes, and celebrities. So, and there's a plethora of everything. And like I said, she is the owner, one of the owners of a WFLA team. And so there is so much that she does that I always bring people on to let you see that their grind and where they are today, that they can share how they got there and what the ups and the downs. Because when I read and I followed you and I did some research, it wasn't always peaches and ice cream for you. So tell us a little bit about what was the first thing after playing basketball, right?
So that's the first thing that's the first story that I love to tell. I never played basketball. And everyone wants me to play basketball, and I understand why, because I'm in the Hall of Fame for women's basketball, everyone wants me to be a basketball player. So actually, I played soccer for the Air Force.
Wow.
But I owned a women's basketball team. And that happened because I used to do PR for a women's basketball team. Mm-hmm. And there was an opportunity for them to get in a league. And so I actually put together a package for some NBA players to actually finance a women's pro basketball team to be in a league. And at the 11th hour, the NBA players decided they weren't really ready and they backed out. And so the league owner and the women were like, if you don't do this, no one will do this. You know everything. You put this whole package together. You've been with us all this time. You've been doing the PR for us. You need to do this and make it happen. So I actually purchased the team. So wow. Of course I knew about basketball, but I played soccer for the Air Force. So
really?
I was actually a soccer player. So it's so funny when everyone wants me to be a basketball player. I get that all the time. I always have to tell the story, and it's always fun to me.
And and I love it because I was one of those who assumed it was basketball, right? But now let's talk about this. You played soccer for the Air Force. You did a women's basketball team. And now we can share and pull the curtain back. You're now an owner of WFLA, which is?
Right, a women's pro football team. So the WFLA is the league. So just like the NFL is a league, the WFLA is a league, the Women's Football League Association. So I own a team in the WFLA. So our team is the Las Vegas Vipers. There are 18 teams, 18 franchises. So I own the Las Vegas Vipers. It was the Las Vegas Devils, and we renamed it the Las Vegas Vipers. So we actually literally just opened up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page probably days ago. So you're probably one of few people that actually know that. And we'll be having tryouts in probably about 4 weeks from now. And our league starts next year. And we have some celebrity owners. DeBrat owns the Chicago team. Ja Rule owns the New York team. Deb Antony owns the Atlanta team. Tamika Dixon, former WNBA player, owns the New Jersey team. And our CEO, Lupe Rose, owns the LA Flames, I think it is. I always want to call them the Flames. It's LA Flames. Yes. Yeah, so, and we have Thomasina Perkins owns the DC team. So, yeah, we've got, there's a lot of African-American women that actually are the principals or owners of a lot of the teams, which is awesome because that never happens. Yes. And this is women's tackle football.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So, and I took so much pride in that, and I kept promoting it because it makes me feel proud as an African-American woman, Black woman, however you want to identify it. When I saw a flyer that you had out there and it showed yourself plus 7 other women who were African-American who owned teams within the league. So that just like warmed my heart because it's like so many times we think that they're arenas that we will not be able to fit in or it's going to be hard. And just to see, because no matter how you look at it, women football tackle, men football tackle, it's like, okay, people will go here and then you have your reservations, but it's so good to see that there are 8 women that look like me who said, I'm going to defy the odds. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think about it. We are going to do this. So my hats off to you. I will be there. I think somewhere I saw August 18th, I think is somebody, but I promise you the first game that you have, if it's in Vegas, I will be there. If it's in Dallas, I will be there, because I'm truly excited, because we have to begin to show our young girls that there's so much more that you can do. And you don't have to limit yourself to conform to what the trend of the world is, and that whatever's in your heart, follow your heart's passion, right?
And I every day there's either a clubhouse or an Instagram about why aren't there more African American owners in the WNBA? I'm sorry, in the NBA, the WNBA, all of the leagues, the NFL. And we know that the answer is because they purposely locked the African Americans out. They made it too expensive, or I mean, right now there is an African American here in Las Vegas trying to spearhead the ownership of an NBA team here in Las Vegas. And OMG, I mean, we're talking billions of dollars that this young man, he's able to put this together. My hat is off. I told him anything he needs, I'm going to be here to help him. But you are talking, they have made it
so hard,
so magnanimous. The price tag is it's a hemisphere price. Right. You're talking billions.
So,
but that's why.
So is that
and so I wanted to finish that statement. And so we had this question come up in a clubhouse call, and in that call, when that question came up, someone says, well, they wanted to make that there aren't enough African Americans actually with that kind of liquid cash to contrary to our actual belief. We think, okay, there's Oprah, there's Tyler, there's Jay-Z, there's Diddy. But when you're talking about billions of liquid cash, that's different. They may be billionaires, but they may not be liquid cash billionaires.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to finish my thought process there. Yeah.
And so that actually opens up for my next question. So is that where such a gentleman such as himself, is that where KC Biz Boss comes in? That you guide, you help them go through the process and not give up. So is that where KC Biz Boss will come in?
No, KC Biz Boss. Well, KC Biz Boss can mentor and help him not give up, absolutely. But in this case, because I'm in Vegas, I can sit on the board. I have provided access to some individuals that I know have money, some African Americans that I know are interested in sports ownership and also have money. Do they all have money in the billions? I don't know about that. But some of them do have access to cash, access to people that they can dial up on the phone. It's still a matter of liquid cash is a different conversation.
Yes.
That's a different conversation. It's different.
So
when you talk the billions, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying that it's one thing for them to say, okay, the price tag for this NBA team is $2.3 billion. You need access to that plus capital to run the team and different things. That's why even we were talking about, what's his name, J-Lo's A-Rod. A-Rod, as wealthy as he is, he still put together an investment team to buy the team that he just, I think was Milwaukee or whatever it was. He put together an investment team to buy that. Why? Because it's not that easy to just come in, even though you're wealthy yourself, because there's a lot of other, I want to say, what's the word I want to look for here? I want to use the right word. It's just, I'll say there are layers that are put in place. I'll put it that way. That there are layers that are put in place. So it's not just a matter of you coming in saying, hey, I'm A-Rod, I'm going to sign here on the line. It's different layers of how much money it has to be liquid, and what type of who is actually in business with you, and background checks and different things, and who are these people that are the owners and things of that nature. So even this young African American man will not be able to be a principal owner alone by himself. There has to be investment investment individuals of certain caliber.
Right.
So,
Okay. Wow. That's actually a good education tool for me as the commoner who's out here observing. It's like, oh, okay, wow. Yes, they do have it. But when you start talking about, liquid, then that's a whole different ball game. So let's get back on. Let's rear back. So you have a program for young people, right?
Correct.
I really want to talk about that because I think more so now our young people need it with the trajectory changing, the way schools are happening, education. Tell us a little bit about your program.
So we have a program called Meet the Pros, and I'm so excited about that every time we do it, because when you talk about sports, everyone has this linear vision of sports. You are an athlete, you're good, and if you're good enough, you're going to whiz right by. Everyone's going to give you everything you want. You're going to go to high school, get everything you want, and then after that, you're going to the pros. After you're going to college, you're going to pros, and that's it, and your life is wonderful. But we know, right? Only 3% go to 3 to 10% of youth actually make it to the NBA and the NFL. And as much as you say that and as loud as you say it, parents, if their kids are good, they don't hear that. They don't want to see it. They don't know anything about that. And so what we do is with Meet the Pros, we bring out not just professional athletes, but different types of sports professionals, sports professionals in media, in medicine. We bring out sports physicians. We bring out medical trainers. We bring out individuals and we do bring out pro athletes as well. And then we also bring out non-traditional sports writers. And we bring all these people out and we put them in one room, and we have all of them introduce themselves and talk about their profession. And it's all about the what if factor. So if you don't make it to the pros, here are all these other professions that you can still be a sports physician. You can be a sports attorney. You can still, and if you do, and we also have these athletes come out and tell their story how they got hurt after 1 year and their whole life was changed. And those stories are just as important, sometimes more important, right? Than, or even though that athlete that was broke, that had the wrong attorney, had the wrong financial person, had someone mismanage their money. So all these stories, this whole entire landscape or mosaic of meeting these professionals. It's not just about pro athletes, it's about sports professionals. Meeting this mosaic of sports professionals, it lets them know and gives them, we've had individuals, kids walk out saying, hey, you know what? I used to want to be a professional athlete, but I actually want to be a sports attorney now, or I want to be we flew in a sports doctor from Chicago, and we had individuals lining up all down. We had all kinds of young women lining up to talk to her. And oh my God, we had to literally close the place down because she captivated all of these women, talking to them about sports medicine, how she went to the Olympics as a sports physician, and all of the things that she was able to do working as a sports physician, even though and working in sports medicine. So I think that once their eyes are open, and there's not, mentor programs aren't like they used to be. You used to be able to go and go and sit at go to the news desk and go. You don't get to do all that. You don't get and here this way you get to see 5, 6, 7, 8 different people. 8 different careers, all within a 4-hour span, right? And we also throw in some fun sports and games. We give away prizes and gifts and all this in 4 hours. So it's a great, really quick, condensed way to do all of this. So yes, we love our Meet Pro, and it's really more of an event than a program, but we tack it on to events with pro athletes. We've done it with Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers. We've done it with his annual camp. We do it as a one-off sometime for park districts. We do it for schools, and it's just a wonderful event. We get all the time requests for it because people know that, oh my God, this is really a eye opener for young people to see If my kid doesn't make it, because we know that there's not one kid out here that does not think they're going to the NBA once they start bouncing that ball. And this is all about when the ball stops bouncing. Even it's an eye opener for the parent, sometimes kids of pro athletes, even their kids need to see it, because like I said, everybody's just not going to make it. And then there's the it can hurt factor too. And we like to tell them, you could get hurt in your very first year. You could get hurt in college and be in trouble. So we like to we're not telling you not to do anything. We just want to let you know there are options out there, and we want you to explore those options. And we definitely, more importantly, we want you to finish your education. That's what this is really about. It's finishing your education, because that's the carrot.
And Candy, it's interesting you're talking, because as you're talking this, sharing this, I'm thinking of my youngest son, 6'4", 6'3", slim, basketball, could have been a wide receiver, went to school, and the love of the game was snatched away from him from a bad experience, right? So it's like, I'm not going to college, I'm not doing anything. But the more I kept saying, there's so many other opportunities. He loves sports. He loves athletes. He loves sports. He loves being in that environment. And he goes off to college, and he finds himself, right? Mama takes it from under, mama pushes back. He doesn't have mama there. Now he's out there. And it's so interesting to hear a kid who said, if I don't go, I'm not going to make it in basketball. I'm not going to make it in track, not because I couldn't, but because I allowed someone to suck that excitement out of me. Now to hear my son, who made academic scholar, 3.7 GPA, and who is actually going, now he wants to be a sports attorney. So he was one who found his way. But I wish there would have been that program that said, you know what? Here's an opportunity for you. Go here and look, because now your dream doesn't have to start when you get that aha moment. Your dream can start when you sit here and see that there's so many other facets to the business. So I appreciate that. I enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that it's something that you're doing. So tell me, in the audience, when does the Meet the Pro happen, and how can a kid partake or be a part of it?
So now that the pandemic is over, they just have to go to our website, which is lifeaftersports.biz, and we will put the list up of where they are. So normally what happens is, here in Vegas, we normally schedule about 3 or 4 a year. And then the other ones we schedule around the country. So we will meet with different park districts, schools, as like I said, we're just starting back up with the schedule, and then we'll schedule them. And then if their coach wants one, we will bring it there. All they have to do is go tell their coach that they want one. We work with their budget, and we bring it there. We deal with, a lot of times, the good news is we keep the budget low by dealing with the professionals in their area, and then we bring in our core team to run the program. But we work with as many local heroes, sheroes, professionals that are there in their particular area. So we start with that. And then if whatever we don't have, then we start bringing them in. Because we did something in El Paso, Texas. It was just not enough there. So we ended up flying in a lot of people. But a lot of times we have to, other than our core team, fly in 1 or 2 people.
Okay, awesome. And so you said the keyword budget. I'm all about finding out how can people support you if they want to sponsor a kid, if they want to offer a scholarship for a kid, or even sponsor a camp because they just have money that they just want to, give to you. How can they do that?
So what we would love is, of course, if they want to sponsor a Meet the Pro event, I'm kind of like Big Husky there. Just call us if they want to do an event in their particular area. Call us and help us put that together. That would be amazing, because a lot of times, people live in these weird cul-de-sac areas, small areas, and there's not something like this there. We can bring it there. So it's that sort of thing where you work with a coach or you work with a school district. Call us and you be that kind of like our ambassador for that area. And that's one thing. Second of all, you can always send a sponsorship, because every year during NBA All-Star Week, we have an event called Athletes Who Give. Everywhere there is at All-Star, NBA All-Star weekend. We have athletes who give, and we give scholarships away every NBA All-Star week. So first year we gave away $4,000 in Chicago 2 years ago. This last year, which I cannot believe we even went to Atlanta because the mayor didn't want us there. But once they opened up Atlanta, we literally put together an event in 7 days and went anyway. So we did give away money in Atlanta in March during NBA All-Star Week. And so, yeah, that's another thing story. But so, yes, and so we will be in Ohio next year. So that's part of our philanthropy that we do. And we basically give away money to underserved kids. And we're not really a nonprofit. We're just getting ready to do our nonprofit arm. That's something we do. We get together with athletes. So this year we're teaming up with DeAndre Bembry's foundation. It's called AP World. His mom, Essence Bembry, he plays for Toronto, and we're going to team up with them because they give away shoes every year, and we normally give away the cash. So we're going to team up this year, but we're still giving away the cash. So we definitely need money for athletes who give, because like I said, a lot of times we're just calling up our friends who's doctors and lawyers and anybody, Indian chiefs, and say, hey guys, look, this is our goal. Right. We want to give away $3,000. Dig in, people. I'm doing lives and crying and all that, whatever I got to do. I'll be on there crying, please help us. But anyway, yes. So we're preparing for that already. So definitely, and my cash, so I don't do Cash App anywhere. Cash App got mad at me, but so I do Zelle and PayPal. Both of those are KCBizBoss@gmail.com. My name, KCBizBoss@gmail.com. So yes, we are starting right now to work on the money for athletes who give, and we do that every year in whatever city we're in. And wherever NBA All-Star travels around, because it's so neat. You'd be surprised how many kids are, especially even now, these kids are so underserved. Their parents are struggling. They're struggling for books right now. They're struggling for a pair of gym shoes. And now that there were no scholarships for the last couple of years because of COVID, these kids are just really in dire straits right now. So we're just trying to help, just trying to do what we can where we can.
Awesome. Well, everywhere that I can plug it, I will. Of course, I will be taking July off, but that doesn't mean that I still won't be going live, because any way that I can help as far as spread the word, I definitely will. I have the gift of gab. I love it. And I love to promote people that are doing positive things for everyone in the country in which we live. So definitely, wherever I can plug it in, I will. In my clubhouse room, I'll plug it in. So just know that you have an advocate here. And not only will I just talk about it, I'll actually be about it. I'll give some little dinero. Now, it won't be a lot, but it'll be something. So definitely.
Okay, with the dinero.
Yes.
Can I say one thing too? If I can just say one thing. This morning I did an awesome interview with Dick Buckus. It was just in Caesars in his hotel room this morning. Such an awesome, legendary gentleman. It's on YouTube, guys, under KC Biz Boss. If you would go and please watch that. And then also, anytime you're on Clubhouse, drop in our room, the Pro Sports Network. We have 20,000 members. We have right now we are doing all of the NBA playoffs, but anytime there's a pop-up discussion from Naomi Osaka to whatever, just continue to support us in the Pro Sports Network. We would love it. And I just wanted to throw that out because we have content creators in there working around the clock really hard to keep our sports information and sports content creation going. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes. And if you are a sports fan, even if you're not a sports fan, because I'm not a sports fan, but I go into the room just because of the people that you see and the people that you hear on the audience or you see on the audience and on Clubhouse. You would normally pay hundreds of dollars just to even be in the room with them. I don't know if you all know, I was really excited. I actually was in the room with Dr. Camacho Ali, Muhammad Ali's former wife. I actually had the opportunity to speak with her. Y'all, I would have never had that opportunity. So you just never know, as there's good in things, there's bad in things. But I will tell you, if you find the one niche that's good, you will find out that there's so much that you can gain from. I never would have met Candy. That's where I met her, on Clubhouse.
Yes.
And I go in the rooms. Y'all, now everyone who knows me, I claim the 49ers. Yes, I'm a diehard 49er fan. I love the Lakers, even though I live in Dallas. No shade to the city, but I've been loyal. But guess what? I've been loyal with what I know. So going in those rooms just to hear some of the stories, hear some of the backstories, some of the things that they go through, talk about sports, it makes me excited. And I don't even like sports like that. So it really makes me excited. So I appreciate it because it is positivity. It is something that's uplifting. It is offering knowledge that that we normally would not even be able to have a seat at the table. I would not be able to have a seat at the table with Candy had I not been in Clubhouse. I would not have had a seat at the table with Dr. Camacho, Ali, and many others that I've been in the room with. It's just it's an honor. Because it allows us to get to know that they're human just like we are. They have needs, they have hearts, they have gifts of love just like we do. They have desires, they have vision, they have purposes. And when you can hear a person talk about it, then that's what makes your heart say, I want to support. And you don't have to support everything, but support that which you find in your heart that you want to. When it's about the kids, as long as it's positive, I'm going to support it. So doesn't matter to me.
Me too. And she was very honest. I was surprised at how honest she was. Like, she had me on the edge of my seat a couple of times. Like I was actually biting like, oh my gosh, did you say that?
Right. When she talked about going into Afghanistan, I was like, whoa, wait. but it's good to know, even talk about the backstory of the racism and why we fight so hard as African Americans and why it's so hard that we hold a certain standard and we uphold ourselves. So there's so much you learn when you hear the backstories, right? So
Absolutely.
I'm going to bring Husky back in, and then I want you all to leave us with final words. Candy, I appreciate it. If there's anything that I can do, go live for you. If I can be, LonnieB can be an ambassador by way, I will. I can beg for money. I can cry with you to get the money in. So, I can do some things.
Oh gosh.
So, but I'm going to bring Husky back up because I love it. I want you both to share the last words and then just reiterate again. If people would like to give, people would like to donate, and definitely share if they would like for you to come and speak, be a speaker, or be a guest for them, what do they need to do? So we'll start with you, Candy, because Big Husky is probably eating. I don't know, but we'll start with you, Candy.
Well, if you'd like to contact me, you can always contact me at Hall of Famer Candy at gmail.com. That's HALLOFFAMERKANDI at gmail.com. You can also reach me at 323-327-8030. 323-327-8030. And if you would like to make a donation, that's Casey BizBoss at either at gmail.com, and that is for PayPal and for Zelle. And the final words that I'd like to leave you guys with is, don't let anyone get in the way. Don't let anyone tell you no. Don't let anyone steal your dream. Don't let anyone be a dream stealer for you. If it's something that you want to do, don't ask permission. Just do it. It's always easier to ask forgiveness than permission. And I don't even care if it's friends or family. If it's something you want to do, just do it. And because someone tells you no, and then you miss your opportunity, you'll never forgive them and you'll never forgive yourself.
Right. Awesome. Thank you. And they can reach you the same if they'd like for you to come and speak or be a guest.
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
Hall of Famer Candy at Gmail.
Awesome. And I'll definitely put that in on my page, Optic Tea with LonnieB, on Facebook and on Instagram. And Big Husky, are you there? Big Husky. Yes. So did you hear my final request?
I was eating this blessing from the Lord. I was not eating while she was talking, and then they brought me this cake. What was your request? Make your request known.
So my request is, if people want to support you, if people want to do offer donations or everything. You've shared that. So let's ask this question. If people would like for you to come and speak, they would like for you to come and perform as a comedian, how can they get in touch with you?
They can reach me at 682-283-5904. I just followed Candy on Instagram, so I'm a fan now.
Okay, and
well, thank you.
You're starting the sports, right?
Candy girl. I love my world.
That's right. You gotta sing all the Candy songs though.
That part. I know it all. I don't think we had that type of time.
I can feel it when you. Okay,
that's right.
Every day. Okay, let's go. Come on.
Fun fact,
I was ready.
I used to work at Candy Show. I used to have a conference company, so I used to work a Candy Show. There was actually a Candy Show at McCormick Place in Chicago. So they would loop all of these songs all day long, one after another, new edition after. I was like, oh my God, all day they just played all the Candy songs. It was oh my God, regurgitating.
Wow. You be like, will y'all stop? But I loop that one again. You know that's my favorite. Yeah, you can reach me for events, mentoring. I'm actually talking with some friends of mine about doing a sports, how to handle being going from high school to college, from college to pro. A lot of times we can teach them how to dribble, but forget to teach them how to look at a contract, what to do, going from one to the next. And so we're going to do a symposium about that here in Texas. So
call me up.
Okay, I'll get your number from Lonnie.
Okay.
I'll get your number from Lonnie.
And that's my wheelhouse.
Yes. That part, yeah.
I love
sports. That's my wheelhouse.
Absolutely, we're gonna bring you on. We got Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you would like to donate, at $REMNANT, capital M, capital G, the number 1. PayPal, it's mybhexp@gmail.com. And we appreciate any donation because it all will 100% of what we do goes to whoever we're sending it to. We don't take any percentages. They get all of the money raised. So thank you.
Awesome. So I just want to close. This is my season finale of season 1, y'all. I'm so excited. I really, really am. I started this journey December, and here we are in June. I'll be taking off in July to revamp, to get ready for season 2, which starts August 5th. For everyone who has been faithful with tuning in and supporting me, I really, really appreciate it. Just know that I'll be asking for the dinero for season 2. I funded this 100% out of my pocket. I love it. I believe in it because there are so many hidden gems that you do not know about. My listening audience, my fan base, you would have never known about Candy or Big Husky had you not tuned in to Optic Tea with LonnieB. I would have not known about them had I not been at the right place at the right time. So I thank you. I look forward to each and every one of you coming back for season 2, because if you think season 1 was great, season 2 is going to be greater. We have a lot of things that are going on that are coming up. I will actually be moving from behind this desk in season 2. My producer has said I got to move, so I got to move. So I am. So I'm really excited about it. But Candy and Big Husky, I could not have chosen the better two to end my season with. Just know, Candy, I may pop to Vegas. You may pop up and see me. I'm excited. Okay. My daughters.
I'll be in Vegas in September.
Are you going in September?
Yes. Okay. I'm doing comedy in Vegas.
Well, maybe I have to follow you. But I know.
Oh, really? Where are you going to be?
I just know I'm be at somebody's church. I just know it's a church event.
Okay.
Well, you have to find you somewhere else outside.
You do clean comedy?
Then you and I can talk about sponsorship, Lonnie. Yes, I do. So you can have me in front of your grandma and your kids. It's true.
Okay. So awesome. So yes.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. Thank you all for hanging over 8 minutes with me. But to everyone, thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all back here same time, same place, just not until August 5th. But until then, you know my saying, smile. You owe it to yourself because no one does it better than you. I love you all. Take care. And until we see each other again, hold on to the heart and watch those repeats on my YouTube channel, Optic Tea with LonnieB. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks for watching another episode of Optic Tea with LonnieB. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Stay connected on and off the show by following Optic Tea with LonnieB on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.